I bred this female Kin Ki Utsuri with this male platinum, and I ended up with loads and loads and loads of eggs. 4 days after the fry started hatching, so I'm going to give them their first feed. And welcome to For Ratman Koi. Welcome to Kin Ki Utsuri, episode 3. The fry are now 21 days old. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and enjoyed the festive season and not too many little drinkies. So stick around, please give me a thumbs up, a like and subscribe, and follow me on my crazy journey of koi fish. I'll spin the camera around. The main pond are doing well. They're always hungry. It's not too bad today. It's about 34 degrees, so it's not too bad today. But yeah, they're all coming on nice and they're doing well. That's due for a big water change as well, so I'll do that over the next few days as well. So there's the Kin Ki Utsuri, what a bread. That's come on nice now as well. The sumi seems to have got darker as well since you got rid of all the eggs. So yeah, the sumi seems to be a lot darker again now. I've added a little bit more movement to water now. Now they're a couple of days old. But yeah, not many of them dying, which I'm pretty happy with. I've only scooped out about, I think, 4 or 5 little dead fry, which is expected. But I'm going to separate them tomorrow. And I'm going to put, I've had a bit of a change of plans. I've decided to just separate all the batch into a couple of ponds rather than cull the white and separate the black. Just I'm pretty busy at work over Christmas, so I'm just going to not have time to cull them all. So I'm just going to separate them into several ponds, and then I'll probably leave them in the ponds for 21 days, and then after 21 days I'll revisit and then do another cull as well to cull them properly. I should have culled them either Saturday or Sunday of the weekend, but I've just been that busy, so I haven't had time, but I'll let you know how they go. So I'm going to separate a few. I've got a bucket full from all different parts of the pond, and I'm going to put them in this timber pond here. I've cleared the other Deutsch leather shore out there, which I'm going to take to my father-in-law's. I'm going to put these in here now. I'm going to separate all the fry, put some in here, and I'll pop some in the other ones as well. So all I do is just pop a little bit of water from the pond in there. Just getting used to the different water. See how they go. Heaps in there. That's only a small bucket full. I reckon there'll be probably 1,000 maybe in there. I'll just pop them in here for the next few weeks until I have time to cull through them all after Christmas. I'll pop them in there. Swim little fry, swim into your new home for a few weeks. Alright, I'll pop them in there now. Make sure there's none left in the bottom. No, they're all good. Oh yeah, you can see them there on the top of the surface. They're okay. Doesn't look a lot, but there's probably about 1,000 in there. I'll see how these go over the next few weeks after Christmas. Yeah, as soon as you pop them in, they start swimming to the sides. Obviously sometimes there's too much turbulence in the water, it just knocks them about. But I've got all the air stones. I've got one little air stone down there, which is not too bad. And then I've got the other air stones on the outside of the spawning net, just to give that water some flow. But yeah, they're all clean to the side now. Cleaned all this out as well. So this is all nice and clean now. Scooped all the Deutsch let the shower out of there. So what I'm going to do now is, these are the Kin Ki Utsuris. So I will be putting all these in here. I'm just going to put a couple of bowlfuls. There'll probably be a good couple of thousand in there, but I'll see how we go. I'll pop them in the pond now. So all I'll do is just gently tip them in, gently just tip them in. Right, we'll see how they go. So I've thinned all these ones out now, which is pretty good. So there should be enough room now for these to grow. So there's not half as many in there now. So I've put some in the timber pond round near my garage. I've also put some in the round pond as well. So we'll see how they go. Just an update on the Kin Ki Utsuri fry. So it's 18th of December. I've come out this morning with several, probably a couple of hundred floating dead, which is not a good sign. I did separate them yesterday, so I wonder if I stressed them out and killed a few. I'm not quite sure at this stage, but I've checked all the water. The water's spot on, so pH is around 7.4, nil ammonia, nil nitrites and nil nitrates. So I'm just thinking could have been the stress of me moving them, or we'll see how they go. But I reckon there's a couple of hundred floating dead on the top. There still is plenty of fry, so there's still heaps of fry. You can just see all the white little bodies floating on the top. So I'll keep an eye on them today, and I'll scoop all the dead ones out and see how they go. Today's day is 19th of December. At least the fry from the Kin Ki Utsuri have stopped dying now, so there's only one or two on the surface today. So I'm wondering if I've stressed them out the other day when I moved them all. Maybe I just stressed them all out. But there's still plenty in there. Yeah, it's at the bottom as well. There's still plenty of fry in there. As you can see there's quite a few fry, fungus eggs, and so it's 20th of December today. There's still lots of fry dying. You can see the big clump there of dead fry. So there's lots and lots of fry still dying, but I'm still some surviving, so got to keep trying, that's all. I don't know what's killing them. The water quality is all good. I've checked the water quality again. There's still plenty down there, but yeah, they are dying and settling to the bottom. But there's still got enough fry in there to deal with. It's quite deceiving because a lot of them are at the bottom as well. But I'll keep an eye on the fry and see how they go. I'll just check out the fry from my Kin Ki Utsuri in my timber pond here. I'll see how these are going. Let's have a look at in here. The water's pretty clear, so I've got a pretty good filter system on here, so it's kept this water nice and clear. Hopefully you can see down there. You can see them in the corner there darting about. Yeah, they seem to be doing pretty good in there. I'll give them another feed, which will be the second feed today. I'm going to give my Kin Ki Utsuri the second feed today. So the first feed this morning was just a fry powder mixed with water and squirted around the pond. And I'm going to give the second feed now, which is going to be the brine shrimp. But this time I'm going to do a lot less because I think I've been giving them too much. So I'm only going to give them a tiny little bit in water. I think I've been probably feeding them too much, and the brine shrimp's just been sinking to the bottom of the water and they're just not eating it, it's polluting the water. So I'm just going to do a little bit today, tiny little pinch. Like I said, I've never used this stuff before, so it's all trial and error with myself. I usually use Daphnia, but what I'll do is I'll give that a try and I'll let you know how I go. So just less of the brine shrimp. I'll just give them a few little amounts and see how they go. Put a lot less brine shrimp in there in the water now, so I'm going to try it this way. I think I was just feeding them too much of the brine shrimp and it was just sinking to the bottom and they weren't even eating it. So I'll put less in there. I'll feed them again and see how they go with that. Maybe less in the water is better, not quite sure. If anybody's used it, put some comments in there. I've never used it before. I'm not quite sure how much to put in the water, whether you put some people say you put a few pinches, some people say you put a spoonful, so I'm not quite sure. It is uncapsulated brine shrimp. It's all trial and error, but I will let you know how I go with it. I'm just laying off with this at present, since I've had all those casualties. So I'm just going to put a bit of the encapsulated brine shrimp in this pond here. Just sprinkle it around the pond. Can't really see the fry in here because they're so small and the water's so clean, I can't even see the fry. But I haven't seen no dead ones floating in this pond, so it's a good sign. So I just put a small little few drops in that one. I will now do the same with this timber pond around here. That's what I find about using the brine shrimp is when this fry is so small at the bottom, you can't see whether they actually are eating it or whether it's just sinking to the bottom and polluting the bottom. Let's put a few in this one here, you can see. Let's try this corner down here. Which way they seem to be moving. Let's just put a bit of brine shrimp in the corner there. And see if any of them seem to be eating. You can even see the brown shrimp floating in the water. Yeah, it's just hard to tell whether they're eating it or not. It just sinks. It tends to sink so quick. You can't see if they are eating it or not. It's very hard to see if the fry are actually eating the brine shrimp or it's just sinking to the bottom. pH is normal, no ammonia, no nitrites, no nitrates. So it's just monitoring, because I'm used to using Daphnia. I've just never used brine shrimp before, so I'll keep using it. and see how it goes. There's quite a bundle there, there'll be a couple of hundred. But they just keep, every time I move the net, they tend to dislodge from the bottom and raise to the top. So I'm not quite sure if they've died over the course of the week or whether they've died suddenly. I'm just not quite sure. But there's still plenty down there. So I'm optimistic. Keep my fingers crossed. And I'll monitor them in here. So it's this pond here where I've probably been overfeeding. Not quite sure. Like I said, I'm just trying to find out the reason why they're all dying, because they're not dying in any other pond apart from this one here. So I'm thinking maybe I've just put too much food in here. It sank to the bottom, it polluted them a little bit, but we'll keep on trying. 21st of December, fry now 14 days old. I'm just doing a big water top up now just to raise that water level. It's only 1600 litres this pond, but it's got a pretty good filtration system. It's got two quite large filters there, so you've probably got about 600 litres of filter media, which is pretty good for a 1600 litre pond. Just to give them a bit more room. But the fry in here are doing pretty good. There's been no casualties whatsoever in this timber pond. So the fry are doing pretty good here. Yeah, they're all eating well. Still got the air stones on the outside because it is quite a narrow pond. I don't want there to be too much turbulence. But no, they're doing pretty good down there. They're all eating well, doing pretty good. You can just see them all there as I move the net on this corner down here. But yeah, I'll take it up a lot higher now, the water. I'll take it up, yeah, just probably 100 mil from the top. Give them more water volume. Today's date is the 21st of December. Exactly 14 days since the fry hatched. And fingers crossed, there's been no more casualties in this pond now. So they're all happy now, they're all alive and swimming around nice. And there's no more dead fry in this pond, which I'm pretty happy with. But I will give you the progress, give you an update, see how they're still going. So it's leading me to believe possibly it could have been something, maybe a bacteria, something that's come from the filter box that's killed them all. Because I've got plenty of filtration on there. I've got about 500 litres of filter media, and it's a 2,600 litre pond. I have been doing water change every day. All the parameters are all 0. pH is about 7.4, ammonia 0, nitrates all 0. So I'm wondering if maybe there was a bit of a bacteria in the filter box, which is killed all the weak ones off in this pond here. Because the other two ponds what have separated the frying, there's been no casualties whatsoever. There's been no casualties. I just don't know what's caused it. And I don't think I had too many in here because I do the same spawns every year, and I use this exact same raising pond when the fry are just hatching. So I've never had no problems. So I don't know whether it's a bacterial bug in the filters there, which obviously I haven't cleaned out because I had the filters running for about 4 or 5 months, or whether, yeah, I don't know, I've got no idea. Like I say, I've been breeding on this in this pond every year now for about 6-7 years, and I've never had no problems. But they're all pretty active now. There's no floating dead ones, which is good. If I just move the net there, you can see them swimming around now. So no more dead ones on the surface. The round pond out here, I still haven't noticed no more. Well, there's none at all, no dead fry. Obviously, with it being a blue pond here, you can't really see the fry in here, but let's see if I can see it now. Maybe just one down there. But I've put a couple of bowlfuls in here, so there will be a 1,000 or so, but a lot of them at the bottom, you just can't see them. With the colour of the pond, you just can't see them. I'm at present I've just done a 200 litre water change, so I'm doing a top up from the carbon filter. So Krakow fry doing okay. I've just fed them a couple of nets of mosquito larvae. They're doing well. I've topped up this pond now with more water, just to give them more water volume, about 1,600 litres in there. And they're all doing quite well in there. You can see them, excuse the glare. It's in the full sun, this pond, but yeah, they're all doing well down there. We've got a bit more water volume now to swim around in. And they're coming on okay. There's been no casualties in this pond here, which leads me to believe that there's possibly either bacteria what's killed the weaker ones in the other pond, or yep, I don't know whether it was me stressing them out by moving them, or whether it was me putting too much brine shrimp in there which killed them. I've got no idea. I'll let you know how I go. I'll also siphon a couple of I've noticed a few little baby dafton in there at the bottom. I'll siphon those up as well and put those in the Kin Ki Utsuri fry ponds. There's still a few at the bottom, not many females in there, but they're not really laying much now. So what I'll do is I'll siphon most of this water out here, but I'll leave all these little bits at the bottom because they are the Daphnia eggs which will hatch next year. So I'll leave all them at the bottom. I always leave about 100 ml at the bottom of the dirty water. That's where all the eggs are, and then just next year and the colony will set off again. They'll hatch and it'll just start the cycle again. The females will lay the eggs again. It'll be just a big cycle. So I'll just siphon these in here and get it down to about 100 ml. So I've just taken the air stone out of the water just to give it a bit of a, make it a little bit more stiller. But yeah, as you can see there now, I'm pretty happy now. There's been no more casualties in the little fry pond. So they're all coming on pretty good now. There's no more casualties. Still lots of fry down there. So it has been a strange season this year. I'm not the first to come across problems. I've had also good friends of mine who into koi fish as well, and they've had very little success this year, and they're pretty good breeders, and they've had a few problems with all fry dying as well. So I'm not quite sure what's caused it, but there's still plenty of fry there. So I've still got more than enough there. I just move the net, you can see them all in the water column. So I'm going to give them the third feed of the day, and I'm going to give them a brine shrimp. So what I've done, like I explained, I put less brine shrimp in there now, trying to feed them as much brine shrimp and see if that helps. It's not really affecting the water quality, it's just all sinking to the bottom. And I just feel they're not getting the full benefits of the brine shrimp. So whether, yeah, I'm not quite sure. But I'll keep trying, I'll keep giving them it. Give it a bit of a stir around. You can just see them down there now. Let's see if you can see the brine shrimp just sinking down. And it just seems to start sinking too quick. So it tends to just go straight past the fry. And then once it hits the bottom, I don't think the fry are touching it. So if anybody's got any ideas, can make it a little bit easier. I don't want to waste all the brine shrimp, it's pretty expensive. I don't want to waste it all, but I just feel that it's sinking too quick. You can see it there sinking down now, and it's just going straight past the fry. So I don't know, I'm not quite sure. I'm indecisive. There must be an easier way. I'm probably using it wrong. Like I said, I've never used this before, so it's just all trial and error. But you can see there, I've put some in there now. Let's just see, it just seems to, yep, it's just dropping straight past the fry. They don't have time to eat it, just sinks too quick. And it's just sinking to the bottom too quick. But I'm happy there's no more fry dying, so that's a good thing today. Because the fry are exactly 14 days old today, so it's 21st December. So I'm hopefully now don't lose any more, touch wood. Hopefully I'll lose no more, and these will start putting some size on. I'm going to leave these in there 21 days, and then I'll go through them again after 21 days and thin them out a little bit more. So this is the fourth feed of today. I just put a little bit of fry powder on the surface. Which is good because it floats on the surface for a while, so it gives the time the fry to eat it. As you can see them coming to the surface there to eat it. The good thing I like about the fry powder is it tends to stay in the water column a lot longer on the surface. I know it's probably not as beneficial to the fry for growth because the brine shrimp's got more protein content, but the good thing about the fry powder is you can see it suspended in the water, and you can actually see the fry eating it, whereas the brine shrimp just sinks to the bottom, and I can never see them eating the brine shrimp, not unless they do eat it later when it's on the bottom. 22nd of December, just an update on the fry in the timber pond where I placed all the brushes. They seem to be doing really well now. There's no more dead fry on the surface. I've also added the air stone now, excuse the glare, on the inside just to give a bit more movement to the water, just to get that food moving around the water. But they're all doing well now, yeah. I've had no more dye over the last few days, so I think it's finally solved the problem now. I've also added a bit more movement. I've taken the end of the pipe off, so I've added a little bit more movement now. So at least when I feed now, the food is moving around the water column. But they're all doing pretty well. There's no more dead fry on the bottom. I'll take the air stone out. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's pretty good because the afternoon sun comes round and really warms up the water nicely. Only half of the pond gets the sun, so it limits that algae growth, but it just warms up the water. The water now is about 23 degrees, I think. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. So 22. 22, 23 degrees. But yeah, they're all doing well now. I've also noticed as well, you can't really see, but I've noticed on the outside of the net, there's quite a large fry there. So you can see it. Sorry, the reflection's pretty bad. See if we can find it again. Ah, there it is. You can see at the bottom there. It's quite a large fry. So I think I've flicked an egg or something over the edge of the net when I was moving the brushes, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. It's quite a large toby, that. Hopefully it doesn't get sucked down the drain system into the filter boxes. You can see it there. Yeah, it's quite large. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll come out when I'm not on night shift. I'll come out and try and scoop it out. So that's the fry I was speaking about, the toby on the outside of the net. You can see it now, it's night time. Yeah, it's a decent size. I'm definitely packing on some size. And that's on the outside of the net. You can see the fry down there. Excuse my shadow of my big head. Come on, little fry, where are you? There you are. Yes, you can see them down there. Same again, they are swimming through the koi fry powder. Move the net, they all swim away from the net. I usually sprinkle the koi powder around the edges, a bit of movement. Also with now they're 14 days old, with more movement in the water as well, they build up the muscle strength in the tails and the fins, you know, swimming against the current all the time. So I like to have a bit of, once they're not as fragile, I like to have a bit of flow in the water, just to give a bit of movement, a bit of resistance when they're swimming. Hopefully help them get stronger, grow quicker, and less casualties. So look at them there. See them down there. Yeah, they're doing pretty good in here. Some big ones at the bottom, which I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, they're doing pretty good down there. You can see them all at the bottom. Just focus on them there. And there's also heaps at the bottom as well, which is pretty good. Sorry about the glare. There's the fry down there, so I'll put these in down here. Yeah, some are getting quite big now. You see them down there? See them down there? Yeah, they're doing pretty good in here. Some big ones at the bottom, which I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, they're doing pretty good down there. You can see them all at the bottom. For this side as well, eh? 26th of December. Just thought I'd give you a bit of a update, see how the fire going. Yeah, they're doing pretty well. No more have died over the last few days. I'll take the air stone out. So you get a bit of a better view there. I've also as well got the pipe in there as well now as well. So it's creating a bit more turbulence in the water. Well, fire all doing well now. No more casualties, which is good. Water's at 25 degrees.